Hi guys, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Now, if you remember last time, I was busy going around failing at building ships, so this time we'll do more of the same. Because why not? I noticed my other playthrough, which is doing well and finished the tech tree, but then there's this one. Okay, so last time we unlocked this beginning portion of the tech tree, just these first three things, and that was it really. So now we're actually going to try, and when I say try, I mean do properly, build a spacecraft that will go to space. This thing will probably be way oversized for its needs, but it gets the job done. So let's see. Double the mystery goo container, simply for the fact that A, I can bring back double the data, and B, means I can actually balance out the aerodynamics. Also means I can shove. Oh no, I can't shove it. Oh. Not that. Well, that's annoying. Right, let's put this in triplicate here. I hope it doesn't block the door. Why when you? Damn goo. Okay. Hang on. Oh, they're in my face. They're in my face. Okay, let's try that. Seems to be okay. Grab goo canister. Let's not do it in triplicate. But I will do it in single. And shove two of them on anyway. Needs to get some sort of balance rather than just drag in one direction. There we go. Okay, that's two goo canisters, and I can still get out. In theory, that might throw me off. I need to test that actually. Test is launching. Boing. Okay, EVA. I'm still good. Don't know if it's the most stable, but seems to be okay. Just making my way out and do a little boogie. Woo! It's like one of the. I actually like this. I look like one of the really, or very close to one of the really bad shuttles from Star Trek. That is. Oh dear. Anyway. Let's recover that, see if we can learn anything from it anyway. Because why not? I didn't do any science on the launch pad, I'm an idiot. Hey, 0.1 science! Yeah! Yeah! Oh dear. Right, okay, back to where we were. So, beginning bit, and then what we want is we want fuel. And we want the vectoring engine. Which, no, we don't. What power engine? Their ISPs are actually about the same. I don't know. So what we want from there on is we want stacked coupler, shove on a couple of fuel tanks with the non-vectoring engine. Let's do a slight comparison. Yeah, it's got smaller. Hang on. I'll just grab radial couplers. Let's go apparently it hates quadruplets. It's got to go to a quadruple, but apparently triplet will have to do. Like that. Let's do a quick size comparison in terms of. There we go. So if you'll notice, the difference between the vectoring and the non-vectoring is LVC30 has a massive thing like that. This doesn't, but it can be angled. Anyway, so that'll be my turnover stage. Let's just pull this entire rocket up. Now, with Ferrum Aerospace, longer rockets tend to be more stable, if I remember correctly. So, in theory, everything will be more stable as I build this longer, but I'm just gonna build. Basically, after this, it becomes a solid fuel base. Now, what's gonna happen here is I'm not actually gonna fire all of these at the same time. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire the outer three first, then you're gonna separate them, going to fire the single in the center and gauge the external ones. Then I'm going to ditch that, and I will ditch those separately. Then I will fire up the central engine, and of course there's the central engine for kind of getting to warp speed, and a final engine if needed. The idea is, in theory, this will work. I'm not going to bother with parachutes this time around. I am, however, going to put on the aerodynamic nose cones again, because they worked last time, and some winglet fins. Shove them like down here, just to keep me going straight, basically. And they'll happily come off when everything else does. So, in theory, this will work. I want to call it something better than Space Attempt. Space Attempt sounds boring. Oh god. What do I call it? That's the problem though, because I'm torn between doing something ridiculous, which will sound retarded, and something that's really funny, but the problem is to get it to do both is really hard. Intelligent but funny, and not the kind of intelligent funny where it takes a lot of intelligence to make the joke, but not a lot of intelligence to understand it. Those are really hard to make. This might take me a while. Okay, I still haven't come up with anything whatsoever, and I've been staring basically for half an hour at Wikipedia screens. So I'm literally just gonna run with this and just call this the Redstone. So as far as it's the only name that seems to pop up most often in terms of rocketry, so that'll do. It was American as far as I can tell. It wasn't particularly important. Although I'm probably gonna get yelled at by someone about that. Hey ho. What do you do with fairings to replicate the redstone? I don't know. Someone's probably done that, to be honest. Okay, so launching. Do a quick crew report. That's terrible. I don't want that. Check that I don't just fall out instantly. Excellent. EVA report. Nope. That's terrible amount of science now. Turn SAS back on. Up. So, there we go. It's stable. That's not too bad, actually. And it's not accelerating at a massive pace either. It's not like, oh, it's 100. Like, this thing's going to happily exceed 200, but it's not accelerating at a pace that is ridiculous. Okay, I'm just going to change the staging and compress it slightly. There. Okay. And fire. That's more like it. Now what I actually need to do is not fire those. And, actually no, I did want those separate, didn't I? But when I fire those off, I want to fire that engine, and when I fire that off, I want to fire that engine. And then I'll fire that off, and then I'll land. So, in theory, that should be okay. Barely. Okay, I've gone way too high for my own good. I've been paying too much attention to my staging and just making sure I do okay, so I'm just going to try and tip over a bit. Just not too quickly, or else Farron will try and murderify me. And my G-forces are relatively high. Here. Also try and correct for this. Bring that back in line so it gives me the correct angle. Even if I don't end up very particularly close to the correct orbit, if I do this, it will at least bring it back in line somewhat. Okay, separate that, separate those, and fire. Now, at this particular point, I need to start tipping over quite a bit, because my apoapsis is way too high. Okay, there's no way I'm not going to be able to succeed at this. My apoapsis is all the way up there, and I still have 2 stages left. This one and the next one, I believe. So, I should... Oh dear, reaction wheels are not liking me. Right. The good thing about this is I can EVA, take an EVA report, keep data, head back in, observe mystery goo. Now I observe this high up, but not in space. Then I get into space, observe this mystery goo, There we go, clumped into a sphere. Then I go on EVA again. Take an EVA report. Keep that data, head back in. Now, because I'm in a different biome, because I went up above 70,000. Or whatever the thing was. Crew report now. Space. Right, excellent. Okay, that's basically all the science I'm going to get out of this. But I'm still going to try and achieve an orbit. Okay, I'm firing a bit ahead of the apoapsis. I should probably wait until I get there. Okay, slow this down and add a maneuver node. Add maneuver, grab this thing and pull! Pull some more. Okay, that didn't work. Pull some more. Okay, I need quite a bit of speed actually. I really didn't think I'd need that much speed. Okay, I'm just going to start firing. Because I had the funny feeling I actually won't be able to make... maybe, I don't know. Making orbit isn't going to be as easy as I thought it was. As soon as I drop a stage though, my acceleration will increase massively. So that's the reason staging is so good, is you drop all this excess mass, so you don't have as much to drag you back. Well, I say drag you back, it doesn't actually provide any force in the sense that there's air pushing against it. It just doesn't like being accelerated. That's pretty much all there is to it. Come on! Oh, actually, I think this stage alone is going to be enough. So yeah, the point being is once all the fuel's burnt out, you've still got all this metal that was holding it together in the way, and so you just ditch that lot, fire up this engine, you're hunky-dory. Of course, the engine being a complicated piece of machinery is effectively some form of waste of space, but you've got to have somewhere to react it, haven't you? Ideally, the perfect engine would... Oh, hello. Not be quite like that. See, now my acceleration is massive. No, okay, that should be enough. No? Oh, dear lord. Basically, I've put my apoapsis quite high up. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to head out a bit, and leave my fuel to come... So, if I head up to somewhere like here... Oh my god, am I actually going to be able to do this? Okay. In theory... Get rid of that. Just add maneuver. That puts me past the moon. Now that will stick me on an escape trajectory. I don't want that. What I actually want is that. Flyby of the moon. Estimated burn, 15 meters per second. And... in about... It's not exactly long. So I'll burn quite slowly. This isn't exactly what I planned to do. I just wanted to get into orbit, but it appears I've given myself enough delta V, or... For anyone who doesn't know, delta V is change in velocity. V means velocity, and delta stands for change. Okay, there we go. So the idea is just to go up and kind of just get into orbit and take the data from there. But being as we can obviously fly past the moon, why not? What's my moon periaps? Now, the idea is, if I were to come in behind the moon, or well in front of it, I would accelerate quite largely, and the O-berth effect. Gotta say this right. The O-berth effect would kick in, and I would slingshot past the moon and head out into interplanetary space. Okay. And that wouldn't be good, being as I wouldn't be able to get anywhere. I have nowhere near enough thrust to get to any of those planets. Even taking maximum account of the O-berth effect, even taking years, that would not do very well. It also appears I'm going to crash down on the planet quite heftily. I can use my remaining fuel to actually get that sorted. In the meantime, where was I? So yeah, the initial idea was fly past moon, not fly past moon, no, that's where I was, O-berth effect, so yeah, I wouldn't have anywhere near enough fuel to actually get to anywhere else. Although, something I want to test is if I were to stick that there. Oh dear. Now, Minmus isn't exactly far off, so just bring that down again. Now, I could just about get a Minmus encounter. Just scrape Minmus. Oh, that would require nullifying the moon encounter. Okay, so if I do that... Now that would bring my orbit round there, which isn't exactly ideal. Bring it back in. It's really hard to get this stage right because any minor changes you make will affect it. Could do that. I'm going to leave it as is anyway. Just to prove the point though, that those tiny changes affect just what my orbit ends up as. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, head up to about 600,000. Let's go well above carbon. Dip. No orbit map staging. Get well above. Get out. VA report. Keep data. Head back in. I'm going to do this properly at some point. I've already got data from elsewhere, so I want to keep it. Head up. Bit of a glitch. Right. Very high over carbon now. Several 1,000 kilometers. But it will still say high over carbon, so not good enough. Get outside the moon's orbit. Get to the periaps. Sorry. Go on EVA again. EVA report. Now this thing won't store it yet. It still says high over carbon. I have to get into kind of focus around the moon before it will do anything. Right, let's do this. Speed up time a bit, then speed up time to about there. And then to about there. Okay, I'm officially around the moon. Now you'll notice the other orbit disappears. Now the problem is I will go this way and then, but the moon will be moving this way the entire time, so by the time I come out here, that point is actually over here. So I end up crashing into the moon anyway. Now let's see how this will affect it. If I were to take that, for instance, do that. If I were to accelerate past the moon, I could actually undo that. But actually, if I were to decelerate when I'm going past the moon, it's actually easier. Just decelerate. Do that. And that. There we go. Minor burn. Still got to come down with this the whole other stage, I think. No. What am I thinking? I thought I still had the other stage. Just find the point I need to. Okay, it's not on the round side. There it is. Now this is why I need the improved nav ball as well, so I can stick on. That's more like it. So the problem with this is though, I know where to burn. I'm pointed in the right direction, so I'll know to just burn at the periaps until this looks like this. So now that I'm pointed in the right direction, I can just head into EVA. Now when I go into EVA, it removes all my course corrections. Oh yeah, EVA report. Oh, high over the moon. Now actually that's the thing. Do I want to stay? Do I want to try and get closer? Actually, screw that. No, I want to still have a periaps. Actually, instead of changing that like that, I'm going to decelerate. Now, the problem with that shoves it straight in the moon. So if I do that, now this actually shoves me in a slightly wider orbit than the moon has, which isn't good because I won't be able to recover with this amount of fuel. Plus that's a 5-second burn, so feasible, but preferably not. So I'm actually going to change direction rather than just anything else. So bring closer to the moon. So I'm going to go past it at some incredible speeds. 3,000 meters. Type this 4,000 meters, okay, and then. Do that. That will put my marker over here instead. Oh, it's exactly 100 meters per second. Okay, that is weird. Basically, it says fire in 3 minutes. And for the most accurate results, I could. But I could also accidentally lose the maneuver node. How fun. Okay, shove it down, shove it down, shove it down. 15,000. Tiny bit too much. 700. I'll crash into the surface. 6,000. Yeah, I'm sure I can do better than that. 5,400. 5,900. No! I ran out of time. Balls. Okay. 44 seconds. Let's bring this down. $1,000. 1,600. 5,000, that'll do. And angle corrections. Just generic angle corrections, that'll do. Okay, that brings it back on. That's not quite 100, but let's aim for... Let's just bring that in so the meters per second heads to 100. That doesn't do quite what it did before. Never mind. Anyway, firing. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, tiny bit of overshoot, but that only puts me down to 2,000. Fire in the opposite direction for a brief moment, and that'll bring it up quite nicely. Just like... Hang on. Briefest of touches, and I'm now at 3,000. That's good. And my periapse and apoapse actually brings me back down on the light side of the planet, I believe. That is good. I'll happily be returned to Kerbin in the daytime. Maybe, if we're lucky, we'll end up over Kerbal Space Center. Anyway, so gonna go past the moon. Now, the reason I wanted to keep it above 3,000 is below 3,000 meters it changes the time acceleration. So you can no longer go above 1 times times acceleration. Okay, let's go like this. Only 150,000. Let's see if it still says high over. High over moon. Yeah, it's still like that. It's fine. Dump experiments. Let's just accelerate again. So we're coming in right into the moon's face. Hopefully there'll be no problems. I'm starting to think... actually, no, there's no particularly large ridges, so it should be okay. Moon's Midlands. Store that. Let's just head over a bit more. Okay, no. 5,000 meters is the times 1 time warp. Which means I'm screwed. Yeah. I was a bit off. 6,000 meters on Minimus, or 3,000 meters on Minimus, I forget which. No, I heading down to about 3,000. The surface is right there, but I'm screeching over it really, really fast. Let's just turn SAS off. Let's do that, actually, no. Stabilize it a bit, then turn SAS back on. I don't need to worry about it. Why does the largest structure have to be when I'm at my lowest point? Well, the biggest... Well, actually, it was actually a big dip, so the surface didn't really go up, but... That was scary. I was just crashing into the mountain, then. Anyway, back on EVA. Stillman's Midlands, dump. Don't think I'm going to make it anywhere else. Although there is this large crater over here, which I may get to. Never know. I'm heading back up over 5,000 again, so... where will I be about there? Maybe 10,000? So yeah, back into orbit. And over the large crater. EVA. Grab that, EVA report. Moon's East Crater. There we go, that's a whole other EVA report. Thanks to biomes. I didn't even want to do this. It's not what I tried to do. Okay, so that's Moon's East Crater. Let's just see. Okay, about here. See if this is any different. Still East Crater. Never mind. I have a funny feeling that's all I'm going to get. So, I'm going to time accelerate out. So, let's get out of there. And as you'll notice, the points start to converge. And there we go, I switched back to that mode. So, now I'm going to land back on Kerbin. With that apoapse of 13,000 kilometers. That's impressive. Hang on. Time acceleration. Just got to be careful with this. Okay, so I'm going to come screeching in very, very fast. So, as I'm coming in on the light side anyway, I'm going to point about this way and burn the rest of my fuel, just so I can slow myself down so the atmosphere doesn't have to. I've got fuel to waste, so why not? Plus it replenishes my SAS power supply, so it's always useful. There we go. And separation. And there we go. I don't really need to keep SAS on from this point on. There's nothing to really keep stable. The parachutes will happily do that by themselves later on. Hopefully they'll keep everything completely steady. Yeah, I reduced by speed by 500 meters per second. Now that may have been better off doing later on, but I know what I'm doing. Honest. Whoa! What the? Oh, I see. That's the atmosphere loading. Kind of. Right. Yeah, that's weird. And that thing's 1.4 kilometers away now. Thrust there just by the force of separation. And we're well above the speed we were before. So we're still coming in screeching hot. And this is going to get spectacular. And there we go. Really, really red, quite orangey, heading down. Oh man, this is insane. I really hope this doesn't overdo it. Okay, we're still coming in very, 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 very fast. But that's dropping rapidly. We're about 6,000. Speeds are below 300, below 200. Come on. Yeah, below 200 so I can pump shoots. Okay, screw it. It's below that. I'll pull out all of them. There we go. Just those alone are helping. Right. So main parachute and the small side parachutes. Hopefully this won't tear me apart. Just the drag on those alone undeployed is actually seriously helping. And I'm not far off. Okay, if I try an EVA now, I'm screwed. But if I try an EVA in just a second after deployment, I should be okay. For just how high these things are, they're like 400 meters by themselves. Okay. Little tipped over, but we're okay. Flying over Kerbin shores. Bored anyway. Okay. Evidently not quite the biome I was after. Where's Kerbal Space Center? It's here. Oh, it's not far off, actually. Could have done better. Should have actually tried to aim for it. But never mind. Head down and get the science. So 3.6 meters per second. That is not bad. Not bad at all. So slow. Hey, how you doing? Do. And down. Okay. Recover vessel. Let's see. What did we get? Holy crap. I did not expect that. Okay, so that's a lot of science. And if I tried to transmit this, I bet you would have ended up with less, because I would have been like, there's only a few science left on it. It would have shaved off, but ooh, that's quite a bit. Oh, now later on that's really not that much, but for such early things that really, really helps. So solar panels, I gotta get it. Oh, I can't. Oh damn. I still need a little bit more. Well, we just unlocked the science can. I know. Quickly, before I stop. I know what I need to do. New ship. Cockpit. Parachute, because why not? And science can. Where is it? There it is. Science can. And landing legs, because they're hilarious. Aerial parachuteness. Because why not? And triplicating batteries. Okay. Just quickly throw that together. Okay, hopefully this won't just mess up, but just in case, I've got parachutes in case the landing legs decide to bounce me. Oh, okay, no, they're actually fine. Fair enough. Okay, observe materials bay. Little signs of change, although one of the samples appears to be judging you silently. Oh, well that's lovely. EVA report. Unit 0 needs 0.2 science. There we go. Recover vessel. And alright, okay, 93 science in total. That should be enough. 93 science, 90 science. Yes! Solar panels! Okay, excellent. So, finally have solar panels unlocked. And also some lights and some batteries, but they're unimportant. Solar panels is the main point of this. And next stage we'll hopefully be going for other stuff around on these tiers. Just wanted a solar panel. They're so handy. So I could probably start doing things like manned probes and stuff. Anyway, that'll be all for me for now, and I shall see you guys next time.